Welcome to this week's vlog. And we are at Universal Trailers in Billingshurst getting the tyre fixed on the trailer. Now I have just had to manoeuvre in front of my instructor, not my instructor, my teacher. This is Chris. Chris, you're on YouTube. How was my manoeuvring?
Fabulous.
It was pretty shit. It was really bad, Chris, because I got all nervous in front of you. I had to drive up there and then reverse in here and mind the front and what have you. But anyway, we've done it, and Chris has come to sort me out because we have competition tomorrow and on Monday, and I wanted to check that the spare, which that spare's been on there a long time, was okay and roadworthy. So Chris is an absolute, he's a saint actually, this one. He's not even a knight in shining armour, he's a saint, because how many times, Chris, did I fail? This poor man.
Lost track.
This poor man went through a lot.
Five or six, was it?
But do you know what? I really enjoyed my time driving with you.
Well.
We had some wonderful chats. Anyway, I am thrilled that we have this locally, and they are sorting me out. Dear Chris is really, really kind. I phoned him this morning. He said, yeah, bring it in, I'll sort you out, which is really, really excellent. And I'm going to show you, this tyre is completely and utterly shredded. The rest are flat? Yeah. That's why I needed to come and see you, Chris. Good morning. I left you when I was getting the tyre fixed with Chris at Universal Trailers. I then realised what the time was and realised that there was absolutely no way I could deliver the trailer home and go and pick up Coco and be on time. So I dropped the trailer at a friend's house, went to pick up Coco, came back, picked the trailer up, spent a couple of hours chatting with her. Si came over, we had a jolly lovely evening, and then came back. And now Coco is riding Colin, practicing a dressage test. When I picked Coco up from school, she said, Mummy, I'd like to do a dressage test on Santana tomorrow. So we've got a show jumping competition, and there is the opportunity to do a dressage test as well. And she said, I'd like to do it, which is incredibly brave because she's had her dressage lessons with Di. And she's had those since we got Santana, and Di's been amazing. Di is amazing. But they haven't had time to practice this because Coco's been at school and hasn't had a lesson with Di, and so we're going a bit blind. So Coco learnt the test last night and said, I'm going to have a practice on Colin in the morning, Mummy. Is that a good idea? So there she is. I think this is the first time she's actually properly ridden Colin. She's actually doing very well. So we are off this morning to dressage and show jumping with Santana. And on another note, Si has gone to Scotland with Gus. Gus had a sleepover, a friend's birthday last night. He had a sleepover, and Si is picking him up, and the boys are flying up to Scotland. They have a boys' weekend. We have a girls' weekend, which is really, really lovely. And yes, so I'm not seeing Gus. They'll fly back and he'll go straight back to school. So I won't see him until Wednesday. But that's fine. He will have a lovely weekend with Si and Archie. Archie's got a big cricket match on Sunday. Hopefully it's not rained off. So I was going to go up too, but actually logistically it just worked out better that Cokes and I had a girly weekend and they had a boys' weekend. Anyway, I'm going to concentrate and help her for a mo on her dressage test. Is that free walk on a long rein, slightly longer reins? A, F, B, M working canter, and then between M and C working trot. Between M and C working trot, and then H, X, F, change the rein in working trot. Corner, don't cut your corner, do that again. That's terrible, darling. You've done that twice. You must ride into the corners. Gosh, I'm so bossy, aren't I? Oh, and you overshot your centre line. Darling, do that last bit. That was the worst centre line I've ever seen. Come on, you can do better than that. She's blaming my horse for not being able to ride into the corners and up the centre line. I mean, he is quite tricky to steer. Yesterday when I had our photo shoot, he actually had a bucking fit with me. just about over there. He literally, I pushed him into canter and he went, woohoo, mama, we're off. Bonk, 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 bonk. In the old days, I probably would have fallen off and broken something, but I was like, no, this is fine. Breathe, relax, we can do this. But he's not the easiest to ride. Bless him. Dear Colin, it's like manoeuvring. It's like manoeuvring like a train, isn't it? It's not the easiest. There's a lot of horse there. So we made it. Santana is so excited. She's almost ready to burst. She was quivering with excitement in the trailer and beginning to sweat up. She didn't actually sweat when we travelled, but she's quite excited. This is a new venue. She's never been here before, and she likes familiar. This horse likes things that are familiar. She doesn't like change, and so her eyes have literally been out on stalks, taking everything in. They had to warm up for their dressage in an indoor arena, and that was pretty spooky. But they're just changing the show jumping course. She's going to walk the course, do her dressage test, and then we'll quickly change into her show jumping things, and then she'll show jump. So that is the plan. But I don't expect I don't have high hopes. I said to Coco, there's absolutely no pressure. Like, it's the first dressage test. If you just even get in the arena and manage to sort of walk and trot, that's all it's about. Practice, and you have to start somewhere. We're home. This wasn't really our day. She was so spooky in the show jumping arena that Coco managed to get her over the first fence, and they called it a day. Her eyes were just out on stalks. It was just too much to take in, too much to see, and wasn't meant to be. But the dressage actually was pretty good. It was okay. I mean, it was nothing to write home about, but there were moments that were good. So that is a huge positive. We've just turned them out without their rugs on, and I'm going to take the dogs for a walk, muck out, do all of that jazz. Just seen that the kitchen garden is unbelievably overgrown, so that's going to need some attention at some point, but I don't think today or tomorrow. I don't know. We've got a barbecue with friends on Monday, and it's really, that needs some TLC. The girl that helped me in the garden sadly has got another job somewhere else that's full-time, so she can't help me, and I'm struggling to do everything, to be perfectly honest. Juggling too many balls. But anyway, sometimes you have seasons in your life where things have to go on the back burner, and that's okay. That's okay. And there are other times when you have more time to do the things that you want to do and that you're passionate about, and sometimes, well, not sometimes, it's impossible to do everything. So anyway, I'm going to get the dogs out and give them a good walk first of all. Just out having a lovely walk with the dogs, and I thought I'd better bring you into the wood to show you the bluebells, because they are magnificent still. And Tess has come with us too. I've got Pen on the lead because I don't want her to disappear. It's just so pretty. I love the woodlands this time of year. They are gorgeous, and the light is amazing too. It's so pretty. Lots of spring flowers, and Lola is having a splash about. Lola! She's going to come back this way. She's going to go around. There she is. I'm back walking the dogs and I haven't chatted all day. I actually have spent the day working. It's Sunday and Coco was taken unexpectedly to Windsor Horse Show with some friends. They called up this morning and said, would you like to come? And actually Coco unexpectedly had a friend for a sleepover last night. I don't know if I told you that. We ended up watching movies and staying up quite late. It was a really lovely girly evening. And then Coco went off today, which was super. And I just made the most of having nobody at home and have filmed quite a lot of content and got, maybe ahead isn't quite the right word, but got on top of things, which is a really good feeling. The kitchen currently looks like a bomb has completely and utterly gone off in it, so I need to tackle that. Let's load it all into the dishwasher and turn it on. But the dogs needed a walk and I haven't even done the horses yet, and Coco will be back quite soon. But it has been jolly productive, and we've got friends coming for a barbecue tomorrow, and so I've made some of the food for that. So there was method in my madness of working today, because I thought, well, if I'm cooking, I may as well actually cook things for my members club and for Instagram. And I filmed YouTube, one of my Tuesday videos. So it's been uber productive. Anyway, I'm going to enjoy walking these girls, getting some much needed kind of, not fresh air, because I've been in and out of the house all day, but you know what I mean. Just get out, get doing. There are so many flies at the moment. I think it's because we had such a wet, mild winter, the flies, and I've been bitten loads around my neck. It's so annoying. Anyhow. Right, off we go. It's a very, very miserable May bank holiday Monday, and I'm wearing the Kensington coat that I modelled with Colin. This is just perfect, full length, and I will show you properly at home, but it is just perfect for this weather. What I love about it is it's not heavy. I hate it when you put a coat on and it feels heavy and you feel weighed down by it. Not a bit of that with this coat. But I bought Coco for a lesson with Tintin. We bought Santana from Tintin and she's being a bit of a minx, and on the jumping side. Everything else is going well. It's typical Chestnut man. We're loading her relatively easily. I wouldn't say it's perfect, but it's relatively easy. And first dressage test was actually okay, but with the jumping she's just not wanting to jump and just planting. So I brought her here for a lesson with Tintin. Coco has her flat work lessons with the wonderful Di, and then she jumps with Tintin, and so hopefully today is a positive lesson. Oh my goodness, it's so miserable. But somebody spotted this blue thing and asked what it was, so I thought I'd share it with you all. Let's pick this coat. It's by Stubbs England, and it's just really, really good for putting saddles on. And I got it at Stockley Trading, and I'll leave Stockley Trading link down below because they are a great invention. So you can put all sorts of bits in there. She's just got her exercise rug and then her saddle, and then I use this, and actually I got this in Stockley Trading as well, weather beater bag, and then all of Coco's kit can go in there, and it's just so easy. All you have to do is literally carry that and that to and from the car, and because we have a trailer and a car, we're hitching up and unhitching and lugging things backwards and forwards. So actually, if you've got things just in one bag, it's super, super easy just to pick those things up. And when I'm taking Coco to her lessons, she can just go and pack her kit, because I meet her there. She can pack her kit the night before and say, Mummy, the bag's ready, everything's ready, all you've got to do is put it in the car. Perfect. So it's so much easier. So yeah, Stubbs England for the saddle carriers. They are excellent. Good morning. I'm at Gatwick Airport in the multi-storey car park, and I was not planning on being here this morning. Definitely was not on my agenda. Hey ho, I'm here. Si and Gus are flying back from Scotland, and they took Archie's laptop that had been repaired up, and the car key was in the computer bag, which I handed over to Archie and totally forgot. So I got this panic message from him this morning saying, oh my goodness, I don't have the car key. Can you try to find the spare and bring it to Gatwick? Now, Si's a bit, he's not great with car keys at all. I just keep my car key in my handbag, and I keep the spare where we keep the other keys. He doesn't do that. And it was in a coat pocket, but it took quite a long time. I did his briefcase. I did the obvious places where I thought it might be. He was like, I think it could be in one of your handbags. I knew it wasn't. But anyway, I found it in an inside coat pocket of his hanging up. So it's slightly stressful. It's not even Monday morning, it's Tuesday morning because it's bank holiday. And so Coco had her lesson with Tintin. It went really well. And then went home, and our friends came over for a barbecue. Really lovely. Well, they came at 4 o'clock. I mean, that's just a perfect time. Mark, who actually did my barbecue course, he is my barbecue expert on my course, did all the barbecuing. They bought the meat and used our barbecue. He even bought his own charcoal. I just love that guy. And Sarah, his wife, is one of my dearest friends, and their daughter is Coco's best friend, so it's perfect. And then we had another gorgeous couple as well. So that was really fun, and everybody bought something, so it wasn't too much effort for me, which was just excellent. And we just had a really, really lovely, fun time. Quite a few bottles were consumed. I don't know. I'm not really a big drinker. And I had, it was actually night timber. Oh my goodness, night timber is really, really, really beautiful. It's local to us in Sussex. And I had a sip and went, oh, this is gorgeous. And it went down quite easy. It was fun, and the dads were driving, and obviously I wasn't going anywhere. So we had a really lovely, lovely evening. And I'm here munching. I didn't even have time for breakfast. I grabbed these from the larder. Raisins, nuts and cranberry mix. So I've been munching on those. And this is one of those mornings. I forgot to take the rubbish out. So that is one of Si's jobs. And obviously he's been away. I did remember a couple of days ago. Oh, remember on Monday night to put the rubbish out. Well, that was the last thing on my mind last night. So I went out this morning to take the dogs out and saw the rubbish truck coming, and I was like, oh no, I forgot it. And he said, don't worry, love, it's all right. We'll pick it up on the way back. So I ran around the house emptying all the bins, trying to look for the keys. And I was going to drive Coco to school this morning. She normally gets a bus, but because it's been a long weekend, she had quite a lot to carry, and she said, Mum, do you mind driving me in? I was like, of course I don't mind driving you in, darling. I actually really enjoy time in the car with the children, particularly when it's one-to-one, because we just have the best conversations. And I find they open up and talk more than they would. So I'm very happy to spend time in the car with my children. So I said, darling, sorry, you're gonna have to get the bus. Thank goodness I hadn't cancelled it. And yeah, managed to get the bins emptied. Simon and I, after 17 years of marriage, we've got this sort of wonderful, and it took a while, it's sort of like a lovely dance that we do. And I don't need to ask him, he doesn't need to ask me. I do my stuff, he does his stuff, and it just sort of happens relatively effortlessly. And of course, because he's away, I forgot the bins. I also haven't been brilliant on the dog poo in the garden. I need to apologise for that. It was raining so much yesterday, and we ended up, obviously, Mark barbecued outside, but we ate inside. I think we did think about going outside from him, but everywhere was so wet there was nowhere to sit, so we just stayed inside. So I didn't even do the dog poo in the garden, which desperately needs doing. But I've left it for my darling husband. Anyway, their flight is delayed, which is a total pain. And then they've got the car key. And I'm going to quickly whiz Gus to school. He's going to be a bit late, but hey ho, what can you do? And then I can go home and get on with the rest of my day, which has gone completely not to plan. In fact, Di is coming over to help with some fencing for the horses because Santana is just an absolute minx. That horse, I mean, I love her to pieces, but she's a troublemaker. And that's how she nicked her leg last week on the fence. So I need to put electric fence down our boundary side. We've got post and rail on the other boundaries, but on our boundaries I need to just put some electric fence up so she can't get into the fencing and cut herself or cause damage. So Di is going to meet me at home. I'm going to sort the fencing out because the little paddock she's in now with rain and her she's eaten all the grass and it's, yeah, we need to move her out of there. So anyway, that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to sit here for the next half an hour and then go in and find the boys. So you see, Di is utterly incredible. She has been here for the last couple of hours fixing the electric fencing with me. So we can turn Santana out in here without them risking her getting into the stock fence along there. So, Di, are we nearly ready for action? Should be on. So Si has come back from Scotland. I told him we had a slight problem with the electric fence and the battery needed charging. And I couldn't get the charger to work. Si's got back from the office and said, what did you say, darling?
Well, I wouldn't call myself a master of DIY, of electricity, so therefore when you're attaching your wires to the battery, it always seems to be better to remove the plastic first, which between Charlie
and Di
had
we
not
failed
done.
to do. So the fence is working. I can now turn Santana out in this paddock. Oh my goodness, I feel like an absolute numpty, but my darling husband has come to the rescue. I also admitted how much I missed him because, as you know, I nearly missed the rubbish this morning. I haven't actually admitted to that, but it's so much better when he's here. The fence is working. I think Di and I did an excellent job, apart from that little bit of blondness, and neither of us are blonde, but anyway, hey ho, we luckily we had our expert back.
Then everything else was good.
Everything else is good. Right, time to crack on, muck out, sort the horses. I think I'm going to leave their rugs off tonight. It's quite warm. Will you help me take the rugs in? Yeah, I need your muscles.
Another job.
Another job. And that is one very, very happy girl. Look at her. Now, she doesn't know about the electric fencing yet. She hasn't discovered that. She's absolutely filthy. She made a mud bath for herself to roll in. Good morning. My hair is doing really crazy thing because I've had the rollers in it. I am heading to London and it is ridiculously early. It is about 6 a.m. We have something very exciting happening, which I will tell you about when I'm there, if I'm allowed to. I have to check. I'm sure I'm allowed to shout from the rooftops about it, but I've had to keep my lips sealed for a long time. So hopefully all will be revealed later. But I was going to stay in London last night, but because Si just got back from Scotland, I wanted to be with him. And then I was going to take the train. However, there are train strikes. I don't know if there's a train strike today. We couldn't make sense. So I was like, darling, just take the Audi and drive up. It will be easier. So that is what I'm doing. And I've got everything I think I need. So we're going to hit the road and head up to London.
And Claire, who is our Chief Innovation Officer, is going to go into all the technical details of the elevator. But we have our own lab. We are unusual in that regard. You know, there's big companies that have their own lab, like L'Oreal and Boots, but smaller companies tend to work with another company, and we work from scratch. And I think that's what makes our skincare stand out.
What they are able to do is boost the collagen in the skin. They also re-densify and restructure so that the layers within the skin, now we've glued them better together, they're actually now plumper and they're going to be firmer and stronger. And then we have, with all the sun damage, so your neck is one of the most exposed areas to the sun. So we have our encapsulated alpha-arbutin. So this works quite similar to hydroquinone, but much safer, much gentler. The encapsulation means it's targeted, it's delivered to those precise areas, and it really targets the sun damage. So we really had those 3 different technologies in this product to make a really visible difference. So as Trinny was mentioning, everything we do, we're very, very important that we do our clinical trials. So we test on panels of consumers. So there's hundreds of women that go at home use tests. They don't know who the brand is. They try and test the product and they see the difference. And then we have in our testing houses.
Okay, to me, smiling, great, thank you. And to me, thank you. There you go.
Wow, 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 that was amazing. It was really, really stressful getting here. Like 3 hours. I managed to park like on the street next door to the hotel, which was unbelievable, unbelievable. And I actually wasn't late. Like, it started at 9 and I arrived at 9:15. So it was perfect. I just wanted to get here at like 8:15 and have plenty of time and not be rushed and stressed. But a wonderful, wonderful event. I'm going to jump in the car and then fill you in back in the car. And I have got my goodie bag, which has got the elevator in. So I've been keeping this a secret for a really long time. If you know, I've had a couple of trips up to London and haven't told you what I was doing, it was because I was at the Trinny London studio having pictures and trialing this product. So this is called the Elevator. It launches today, but when you're watching this, it's a couple of days ago, and it is for your neck and décolletage area. And it is dreamy, it's amazing, and I haven't been able to tell anybody about it. I think it's the best kept secret I have ever kept, but it honestly is a wonderful product. It smells amazing, it's really, really beautiful to put on. I've been using it morning and night religiously. It's come everywhere with me, even glamping I used this, and it's a lovely product. And I think when we get to that age, not even when we get to that age, and actually it was really interesting listening to Trinny talk, they've designed it for like 3 different age groups. So for your 30s, for my age group, which is like perimenopause, and then for the slightly more mature women as well. It's so important that we look after our skin, and our neck is the one thing that gives our age away. Neck and hands. So we have to look after those areas really, really well. You know, you guys know I'm obsessed with hand cream, but I'm now obsessed with the Elevator, which is finally launched, and I can shout about it to you all. So anyway, I am going to head over to Chelsea. I want to pop into Zara, and then after just the most hideous journey up, I'm hoping that it's going to be slightly better. Gus has got a cricket match, which I would quite like to get to watch, but we will see. We will see how we're doing for time. I think I should get there. I think I should be okay. So let's hit the road. So here he is. We made it to cricket. I'm wearing a very extraordinary outfit. So this time of year when the sun's out, the visor goes on. And it's actually not as warm as I thought it was going to be. So I've got my scarf in the back of the car as well. That I had, thank goodness, after a disastrous journey to London, I had a quick journey home. Let the dogs out. Went to the post office, changed super quickly, and
we need to go down here.
We need to go down here apparently. And met this one to come and watch Gus play cricket. So I'm trying to get to as many matches as I possibly can, because this is Gus's last term of prep school. This bank is quite steep. I'm going to brave it. It's his last term, and so a bit of a mad rush to try and do an event in London and get down to watch him play, but I made it, so that is good. That is good. It's just when our children, and I think it's the same for all children, when they see you turn up to watch them play sport, their little faces light up, and that smile and that thrill of seeing you there to support them is worth busting an absolute gut every week to get here to see them and support them. So anyway, that is what I've done, and I'm going to enjoy an afternoon of sitting in the sun, not playing cricket, watching cricket. I'm definitely not playing. No. Back from cricket, and very, very pleased that I went. Gus was captain and they won, so that made it even more special. Girls, no. These little ratbacks are fighting at my feet. No, don't put your paw down inside my blouse. And it was quite chilly at the cricket. I'm so pleased I had a scarf in the back of the car that I could wrap up with. It was lovely, but a bit of a fresh breeze. Oh, girls, do you want to come and say hello to Florence? Here she is. Here she is, little mad thing. Oh, it's exciting. Mummy is home. Mummy is home. Right. No, girls? No. Go on, you can go outside and make that racket. If it's not the children, it's the dogs. It really is a madhouse. But such a lovely morning with Trinny. And I'm so pleased I can share this product with you now, because it's been a secret for quite a while. Gravity defying skincare. Feel the lift. Feel the lift is Trinny's tagline with this product, and it really is wonderful. I think it's so important. As I mentioned earlier, neck and hands give a lady's age away, and it is important to look after this area, not just our faces. So I have been loving that. Girls, please stop it. Yeah, enough. I don't know whether that's going to work, but we'll see. I also forgot to share this with you. I have shared it once, but I wanted to actually try it and then come back and let you know my thoughts on Leapfrog Immune. It's blue and awesome. Do you remember when I came back from Barcelona, I was feeling a bit coldy and not 100%? I've been taking this, and actually I sent some up to Archie, and he's got exams. Girls, stop that. And the last thing you want when you have got exams is to feel unwell. And this is actually really good. It's got lactoferrin, which I've been hearing loads of positive things about recently, zinc and vitamin C, and they are chewable. And there's no, you know, when you take vitamins and it's basically like taking a sweet, and you're like, is this really full of goodness? You don't question that when you take these, because they're not like taking a sweet. It's just like taking a slightly chalky, vitamin. Perfectly pleasant, perfectly easy to digest. And I have really been putting these through their paces, and Si has taken them as well. So very, very good. And actually I can't remember if it was Coco or Gus, they were feeling a bit run down. I gave them a little boost of this. So you don't need to take them every day. You can take them for a week and then maybe have a few weeks off. And then if you're feeling a bit run down, you can just sort of take them as and when needed. And I actually listened to an interview with the lady that created them, which was really, really fascinating. So they're worth checking out and following online if you don't already, because they're a great product. They also have a sleep one. And actually, I did take the sleep one for about 3 or 4 nights, and I've only thought about this now that I'm talking to you. And that was probably a month ago, and actually I haven't had any problems sleeping, so I haven't needed to take them. I have got them in the bathroom just in case, but I've been sleeping really well, so that is good. So worth checking out. Leapfrog products. Leapfrog, Nature's Remedies, take the leap. Leapfrog Remedies, that's what their Instagram handle is. So, also, Verdict. Been putting these through their paces. So this I've got by the front door. This is a grapefruit from Oast and Rye. It's really, really good. So good at getting rid of those doggy smells. And we had such wet weather that all the dogs did stink. And this is really good at neutralising, particularly when we had our friends over for the barbecue. I didn't worry that the house wasn't smelling fresh, because it was, because we've got that. And then this one is the Summerdown. The Summerdown products are really lovely. So the grapefruit is like really good at neutralising. It's a really lovely, clean fragrance. Not overpowering, just lovely. This is uplifting. If you want like a zing, if you want to spring in your step, then this is exactly that. It is really, really great. So I have this in the kitchen and that down the hall. And then the hand and body lotion I'm actually keeping by the kitchen sink because it's lovely. And every time I wash my hands, I put some hand cream on, because we have to look after our hands, because they give our age away. So I'm always putting hand cream on. And then if I actually have too much, I pop it on my elbows too, because we are going to be showing a little bit more flesh now. Summer is on its way. So any excess hand cream, I just whack on my elbows, because dry elbows and saggy elbows is also another telltale sign of getting a bit older. So I love giving you guys updates on products. These are really, really quite lovely, zingy. And actually I've been drinking the peppermint tea. Gus has been drinking the peppermint tea, particularly if you've got like a bit of a like gripey tummy, you want something calming, something soothing. If you're anxious, exam stress, this is really really good. They call it bright invigorating. It's certainly invigorating, but it's also really gentle and lovely on your tummy, which I love drinking teas for that. So here's a little update for you. Now, Si has dumped his suitcase in the hall. I didn't deal with it yesterday because I didn't have time, and I haven't dealt with it today. So I need to go and get that washing machine whirring. I need to get the house under control. I've got a basket of laundry out of shot that needs folding and sorting. So I'm going to pop supper in the oven and action stations get going, and then hopefully we can all have a relatively early night. I would like to be in bed by 9:15. That is my dream. So I shall say bonne nuit and see you in the morning. I'm really excited to talk to you about the Chestnut Collection in more detail. I was so excited when Kiara got in touch with me and said, Charlie, we would love the opportunity to work with you. Kiara set up the Chestnut Collection with her husband, and I just feel like it is a perfect fit. And when we chatted on the phone, her enthusiasm and love for what she has created is just infectious. And her logo is a chestnut horse and a dachshund, so it couldn't be a more perfect fit. This is their baseball cap with the Chestnut Collection on the back. They're an Irish-based company, and it is just really, really exciting to be working with them and showing you these wonderful, wonderful products. So Kiara asked me to have a good look and choose what I would like and what I would find really, really useful. So first up, and this has got the fleece I'm going to show you. It's so unbelievably clever. So this is a Kensington coat, and their coats come in a variety of lengths, but this I just felt would be really, really practical and useful in my wardrobe. Now, Colin, Santana was a little bit lively, so she really would have been the perfect model being a chestnut horse, but actually I felt safer with dear Colin. And so him and I are modelling this. Now, Kiara also has ridden side saddle, and so very much the thought of this coat is for riding, and it's really versatile, but it's not just for riding, it's perfect for everything else as well. So it's very, very long. Not crazy long, it's like mid-calf, which is perfect because you don't want a coat too long. I'm 5'5", so that's, you know, kind of gauges where it is. Now, there's this funny little flap which is detachable. However, if you are a horse rider, it is utterly perfect because you can just zip it on, and then when you're riding, your pommel or your side saddle pommels don't get wet, which is so clever because you really don't want your leather saddle getting wet. And then you just zip up. It's got the double zip, which is essential whether you're riding or cycling or whatever it is. This coat is perfect for cycling too. It's got the gusset at the back, but it also has the leg straps, which are so handy because if you have a gust of wind, you're going to get wet legs if your coat's not attached to you. So it really is very, very clever. And you can just, and Colin models it perfectly with me. You've got a decent size back of the coat, but you've also got this wonderful hood, which, as you will have seen, I was wearing this earlier in the week and I wasn't planning on wearing it, but the weather was so disgusting and I didn't want to get wet through. So the Kensington came out, and you can make this hood smaller by just velcroing it back so it doesn't come too far forward, which is absolutely perfect. So you're not going to get wet. It's detachable as well. And then they've all got a leather trim around the sleeves and down front here, so it will popper. So you're not going to get wet, and you're not going to have any, it's just the most waterproof coat. I've put it through its paces. But what is also so dreamy about it is it's lightweight. So if you ever picked up a coat and thought, oh my goodness, that's heavy, and you put it on and you feel weighed down, you don't with a Kensington. It's lovely and light. But what is so clever, it's got this detachable fleece. It's called the Sally fleece. It comes separately, but it is so clever that it attaches in. So this coat is not only perfect in the winter months because you can add this extra layer, but it's also perfect this time of year when the heavens are open, or in the autumn. So this is the Sally, I'm going to put it tucked up at the back, the Sally fleece, which again has got this beautiful, beautiful trim, navy fleece. So actually it's really smart, really smart. And then you've got this wonderful coat that you can attach the two together. And then this is the Perth gilet, which you have probably seen me wearing a few times in this vlog already because I just absolutely adore it. It is printed tweed with this lovely, lovely brown fleece, and then the leather detail here. And I love this little gusset at the back. I think it is so elegant and so smart. And actually this works really well under the Kensington coat. They just don't zip up together, but I think it is a really, really lovely piece. Even if you don't live in the countryside, I think this would look really smart in a town or city as well, and really, really comfortable and versatile. So I'm very excited to share this with you too. And then we have the Marina B light beige and leather tote, Italian made. And it is just a really, really perfect size. I'm actually going to use this when we are traveling in a few weeks' time. It poppers at the sides, so it can open up, and then you can also popper it in to make it look slightly smaller and slightly smarter. So I love that, and I love the bottom with the studs as well. Beautifully, beautifully made bag, and really versatile. And then the final piece to share with you is the Lola top handle handbag, and it comes in this beautiful, beautiful dust bag and in a gift box as well. So a really, really beautiful present for somebody. I love it when a handbag comes in a dust bag. And this is just perfect if you're going to that, you know, smart thing and you don't need to take all of your essentials. Car key, hairbrush, lip gloss, sunglasses and phone would fit perfectly in this little bag. But I think it is so pretty. Again, it's Italian leather, beautifully made, and I think the bamboo handle is just very, very sophisticated. So I'm really thrilled to be working with the Chestnut Collection and sharing these beauties with you all. Look how darling that is. I cannot wait to use it. I've done a quick turnabout. It's actually quite warm now this afternoon, so I have gone with my sun visor because I don't want to flatten my hand. I just put my blue H&M shirt on. I've taken my white Oxford Shirt Company shirt off because I don't really want to wear that around horses and get them filthy. But I have kept on the Perth gilet because I love it so much. And I'm taking Coco for her weekly lesson. But actually Coco's come home early from school today. We had a meeting at school, so we brought her home, and it was just too much toing and froing to take her and Santana back to school, so we are going for a lesson with the wonderful Tintin. I think Sai's coming too, I'm not sure. He's on a work call, so we're going to quickly get Santana loaded. So now she's out in that paddock. She was having too much fun. She didn't want to be caught, so we're running a little bit late. I had to suddenly go and help Coco, but we've got her. And she's done one of those runny poos. Luckily it hasn't hit me this week. And here is Mr. Grumpy Boy, because he's been brought in from the paddock and he was having a lot of fun. Mummy, I do really want to be in my stable. I'd like to be out frolicking, wouldn't you? Right, less chat. Let's get this chestnut mare ready for her lesson. Here we are at Tintin's. It is, it's quite different to being here a few days ago, and it's absolutely torrential rain. It is quite warm this afternoon. Coco is melting over there. Tintin is heading out to Germany, to Wiesbaden next week, and actually my sister-in-law is going to be commentating on him. She commentates in Germany, and actually she's not going to be there in person. She does it virtually from home, so she could look after Anton, my nephew. He's how many months is he? I think he's 8 months old. I should know, that's not very good. I don't know off the top of my head, but both my brother and his wife are equestrian commentators. But it's really, really lovely seeing Coco jumping happily on Santana. And I think sometimes if there's a hiccup, you've just got to go back to basics, come see the expert, and just sort it out and nip it in the bud. So that's what we're doing today. I just thought that it made sense, and it's really good just to consolidate. If there's a hiccup, you know, just it's about repetition, it's about confidence. And with the young horse, it's really important that she is confident in Coco and vice versa. So it's kind of nurturing. There we go. Ooh, I knocked it down, but it was fine. So it's, you know, it's nurturing the relationship, and it's these like early stages are really crucial. It's like with anything, it's getting good foundations, and if you've got good foundations in place, then everything else will fall into place.
Very good. Much better. Look at your fence, make a change behind. Look at your fence. Yeah, you weren't looking. Behind her and keep your leg off. There, leg. Very good. Okay, upright.
We are back, and I've just picked some asparagus and weeded my asparagus bed while Santana dries. We've just washed her off, and actually she's got a new rug. She's got a new rug there to pop on. Oh, there she is, having a snooze in the sunshine. She's pretty good actually. It's a successful afternoon, and Colin is chilling out there. I've just popped a fly mask on, and he will go out now with her when she's dried off. There, it's my big boy. My big boy. I've got the wheelbarrow waiting for me. I need to go muck out. But actually, I'm going to go in and have a drink. Just quite hot. It's suddenly gone from literally like 10 degrees to 23 driving back. So it's quite warm, but it has been a very, very exciting week. I've just had a message from a friend, such a lovely message, and she said, Johnny, I can't believe you were with Trinny in London yesterday. Wow, you should be so proud of yourself. Hard work and dedication is paying off. and it has been such an exciting week, and I think this wonderful collaboration with the Chestnut Collection and being able to share these wonderful products with you is so exciting. I absolutely love what I do, and your support and encouragement, especially in the last month, has been amazing. You guys are wonderful, and I can't do it without you. So thank you for being the best audience. I feel really lucky that that I get to do this and share stuff with you all, and I love the community that we have created. So the most enormous thank you. I'm going to go and have a cool drink, unhitch, catch my breath for a mo before coming out and mucking out. That's how I'm going to end my day. But wishing you lots and lots of love, and I will see you next week. And remember, if you haven't watched Tuesday's vlog, it's all about dyslexia, and it might be interesting, it might be helpful, and you might know somebody that it might resonate with. So do check that out if you haven't already, and see you next week.